Map tools is launching.
Yeah. So hello everyone. Welcome to the first Dungeon Force podcast that we're doing in a while. We did do some of these podcasts a long time ago, but it's been a while. These podcasts are recorded over on twitch.tv/Serene Inc. You can come catch us live, or you can catch the VOD over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Serene Inc. However that works on YouTube, because YouTube is weird. But in either case, though, so this is the advent of the Goddess campaign. It is a special campaign that features a special race of creatures that all of our players will be playing. They are called Milshons, as I have recently discovered, apparently. I was looking up Celtic pronunciations and found that one.
Celtic.
Yeah, Celtic, Celtic, however, whichever, because it's, pronounced differently depending too. But anyway, I guess I'll let everybody go ahead and introduce themselves. Might as well let them go down the line in just the list here on the voice chat, I guess.
I believe I'm at the top.
Yeah, it looks like you're at the top.
I am playing a Druid. I haven't really played too much 5e before. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Honor the Druid. Alright, if I want to zoom in, I have to do it on the other screen. Honor the Druid. Okay.
Alright. Hello again. Hello everyone. Again, this is Connor. Some of you know me as Don Fluffles. Some of you know me as Tiffany or Misery, whichever time you was here. Well, this time around I'll be playing the Alpha Rogue Lexicon, or Lexi for short, or or if she dies and turns to a guy, Lex.
Yep.
Oh boy, that means I'm next then, huh?
That means you're next, yep.
Alright, hey everyone, I'm Mystic. I'm new to the streaming place and stuff. I'm going to be playing, honestly, this is my first time playing a wizard, but I am playing a, diviner wizard, so, blue.
Yep. I believe that brings up Rake next.
Okay. I am Rake, and
You are really quiet.
Less.
There you go.
Okay. Hello, I am Rake, and I will be playing as Marianne, a life domain cleric who is an homage to the Fire Emblem character of the same name.
Yep.
And I am Wolfie. I will be playing James Buchanan, who is he's an artificer, one of the newest, basically the newest race or newest
Class.
full class to come out for 5e. So it's him, and he's playing the Battlesmith subclass. So he's got his handy dandy Braum here, his Steel Defender.
Got a couple bags here.
And of course, I'm Serene Inc. I'm the Dungeon Master, the writer of the campaign, writer of the entire universe, basically. Except for, what other people submit and stuff, because technically the Aletheia universe is an open universe that other people can create in. So, yeah. So, we have had one session before this, where not much happened. The players met a man that carried a blue lantern of some kind. Big cloak figure guy. Talked with the party during the night and then headed off. The party, meanwhile, is currently seeking out one of the 3 heroes of the No More, Neothok, said to be a massive frost giant Goliath, or I guess frost Goliath, because Goliaths are descendants of giants, and from there humans are then descendants of Goliaths. And so therefore Goliaths still have that like split in them. There's fire giants and fire Goliaths, there's frost giants, frost Goliaths, etc. But that's, that's extra information. But basically, the players have been seeking Neothok. They have heard that he was traveling to the Abaddonite Mountains, and the characters have arrived. You all should be on a map that has a big cave. This big cave here. And probably nothing else but that and your tokens. That's part of that is I decided to change up a little bit. Originally, welcome back. Originally, I was going to have this big cave system that you went through, but I quickly came to realize that the cave is very, very big and very long. So I just created little sections that you guys can have little encounters in and things like that. I kept the previous map here where you fought the, what was it? I don't even remember what you fought here last time.
Armored insects.
Armored
of
insects Doom. Of some kind. Oh yeah. Krothix, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Krothic sounds right.
That sounds like a familiar name.
I also believe I went, not necessarily kaiju, but close enough, and turned into a giant spider.
You did turn into a giant spider. I went ahead and moved your spider token over here, because I remember Wild Shape does have like a length.
Yeah, but I don't think an hour has passed, has it? Or have we just been sitting here for an hour?
But by the time you guys get to another section where there would be an encounter, there will have been. Just because there's... Again, when I originally made it, it was this big cavern that you guys were going to go through and everything. But now I've decided to take that and convert it into sections. You guys are going to be traveling through this cave for quite some time, at least a full day. And in that regard, trying to fit that onto an actual tile didn't make any sense. I was looking at other D&D campaigns, and they just have like, oh, here's this gigantic like 4-mile long cave, and then whenever there's an encounter, they have a little map for the encounter, but otherwise it's just the cave. So by the time you get anywhere, 4 hours will have passed, or 1 hour will have passed.
Right.
So that's why I went ahead and moved your token over here. But that said, for anybody who is familiar with D&D, what I'm about to say may seem a little confusing. But in our group, we roll initiative at the beginning of every session where there has been any kind of rest before. And then we just hold that initiative until the next, rest. That way, we're not sitting here and rolling initiative like 6 times in a dungeon or something like that. when there's like 3 encounters right after each other. So since we haven't done that yet, why don't everybody go ahead, get your initiatives out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
It went
First.
and tried to tease me with the base 11 and then gave me a base 4. So that's an 8.
Ouch. Okay.
Because there's a half-second pause.
That is a 10 for Marianne.
Goodness. No rolls today.
Yeah, we're definitely not going first anytime soon.
Oh, thanks.
Let's just hope it doesn't translate to our attack rolls and we just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we are Malshans or whatever, so
Milshans.
it's not the worst thing, but still.
Right. Milshan. What do we have
thanks.
for Lexi and Arya?
For Lexi, it's going to be a 24.
Wow.
And Aryan has a 17.
Lexi gets a +8 to her initiative.
Yeah. Well, James gets a +7 to his initiative, and he still got 10.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's what happens when the dice isn't in your favor.
yeah, it's unfortunate. It can happen. I have seen nat ones that you would be ecstatic to roll, because it's like, I rolled a 16 on a nat 1. And it's like, sorry, but even though that should hit, it's a nat 1. Too bad.
Yeah. You're going last.
I have had players where they literally had to roll a nat 1 to miss, because even their nat 1 was still higher than the enemy's AC. It's like, why do I even bother rolling an attack roll? Because you might miss. Or you might crit. One of the two. You never know.
Yeah. At that point, you're just going for the crits.
Yeah, at that point, you're just going for the crits and hoping for the... you're hoping not to get any nat 1s, because it really is just like, I roll, if it's not a 1 or a 20, I hit. You're done, you know?
I mean, realistically, you could say that, your attack bonus is high enough, you don't have to roll, but you'll never crit if you don't.
Right. And that is a possibility, you know? It is something you could... It is something that I would allow as a DM if that was, a case. But it was just like, okay, well, I can roll for a crit. It's like you have advantage, you roll, you hit with the initial roll. So it's like, I can roll again to try for a crit, but I've already hit, do you do the second roll, kind of thing, because you have advantage. Most players do, and some, the player that I had that was able to roll that high still rolled for attack just because they were aiming for that crit. Their character was like a rogue or something like that, and so they were trying for that crit so they could get like 16 Ds of damage. So it was insane.
I have to feel bad for the people that when they have disadvantage, their first roll is a nat 1.
Yeah,
it's like,
well, I guess I don't have to roll the other dice at that point, because the disadvantage...
Well, you couldn't get another nat 1.
No matter what.
Yeah.
At that point, it'd just be, how bad is your luck?
Right. So as a quick note for any, whoever is watching, as we mentioned, all of the characters are, they're called Milshans. You'll notice that in the Milshans, I need to zoom in on the other screen, not the DM screen. We have a couple of humans, we have an elf, another human, it looks like another elf. When you think of a race, you usually think everybody's going to be the same race. Milshans don't actually have a race. Anybody familiar with my Mabinogi series would know what a Milshan is, as that's what you play in-game. But basically, Milshans can be races from the world. They aren't actually beings of the world. They are spirits that can manifest a physical form. As such, they are bound to the sort of spirit stream, if you will. So when they die, they don't actually die. They just return to the spirit stream. And then can just come back to life, basically, after about a day or so. So the nice thing is, neither our players nor me have to really worry about TPKs. Apparently, links are currently there. That should make it so you can post links there, Wolf. I don't actually know how to close that now. Anyway, sorry, Wolfie posted a link to the Milshawn page, except that it got removed because they weren't modded. I think I modded them, so hopefully they can post it again. But yeah. Also, I'm not sure if I'm ghosting.
Yeah, there we are.
There we go.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright. Alright,
just-
I was just asking because I was like, oh god.
Yeah, no, I just couldn't hear anybody. So, the joys of ghosting, we can still hear.
Sometimes.
It's just that the person that is ghosting can't hear other people, is all. So,
Well, sometimes nothing can be heard.
yeah. But anyway, overall, Milshans are essentially an immortal race, which means that I don't have to worry about TPK. They don't have to worry about TPK. If they get killed, by the way, TPK is total player kill, total party kill, excuse me. But if they die, they just get to come right back, which is cool. But also, because they can't die, a lot of Milshans tend to be a little reckless. Because why do they need to worry about dying, you know? So...
Because it still hurts.
It still hurts. I mean, yes, but then you're in the spirit stream when you die, and then you don't feel the pain anymore, so... Only hurts for a moment. But, anyway, so you guys were making your way through the Abadonite Mountains and ended up in a cave when you followed a blue lantern that looked much like the lantern that the mysterious man that you had met before had. As you made your way in, you got attacked by a small swarm of Tentacles, which are these weird, nasty little armored insect things. They're very weird creatures, but I kind of love them. And even took down the Kruthic Hive Lord and made all the other Kruthics scurry away afterwards. So, and now you are free to continue marching down further through the cave, if you so desire.
Well, nowhere to go but forward.
Nowhere to go forward.
Very true.
So, if anybody would like to, you are free to roll perception or investigation checks as you're wandering through the cave.
Oh, right. I made a note to say
Yeah,
I was
you
going to
want
do
to
a
make a
stealth
stealth
check,
check with Anna there, which is fine. You can do that too.
which is still using the spider since it would have been done with the spider.
Right. It might not come into play just because, but we'll see what happens.
Let's see this. Well, I mean, let's see. What's his movement speed? It's a 30 foot regardless, so never mind. But stealth roll would be. Let's see how much my dice love me. That's a 25.
Nice. Not bad. Alright.
That's a 23 perception for Marianne.
I guess perception. Back here. Perception.
Well, for Lexi, stealth will be 23.
And that's a 22 perception for Ardian.
For Aryan. Okay. Sorry. What did you say was Marianne's perception again?
23. She got a nat 20.
Okay. Okay. I think I've gotten everybody's roll so far.
That's 27 or 20. Yeah. 24 for perception for me.
For Anna. Alright. Sounds good. Alright. Your group continues on further down through the cave. John is still carrying the blue lantern, kind of holding it up out. Everybody else, of course, has night vision, except for, I guess, Marianne. I think everybody else does. But John and Marianne don't. So,
And while I'm still a spider, I have 10 feet of blind sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
If that matters at all.
You're walking along, holding the lantern out, kind of making your way along the cave. It's not long before you find yourself coming to a sort of a split in the path. You can see one way heads more off towards. Technically, you guys are going west, even though the map is situated west is technically this direction on the map. I should make a compass thing and put it on the map so that people can see which direction is which. But I'll do that at some point. But yeah, technically, you're headed west. But you can see a path that kind of goes a bit to the words. Oh wait, actually I need to. You can see a path that kind of goes a bit northwest, but then there's another split that kind of heads down towards the south a bit instead.
I assume by this point, wild shape has ended.
Not quite yet, but it's been. It has been a little bit, but it's not quite over yet.
So maybe 10 minutes left of it.
Probably.
So we're at the split in the hall then?
You're currently standing at the split, looking, trying to decide where you're going, really.
I guess I'll take a look and see what's down each side since I'm both on the roof and stealth.
That is true, actually. Let's see. So, where did I store the... Sorry, I'm kind of trying to look at something right fast. Here they are.
Just going to move the character, and if something comes up with the spider, I'll use the spider.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't have the actual look of the split on the map or anything. Unfortunately, I am not proficient. Like, I can make maps with, like, tiles, but I'm not the most proficient at making something like that, so... Because that would be mucho complexo. But anyway, so let me look here. We did roll some stuff. So looking down the two paths, both of the paths seem to head down and on for long spans of time. I believe this is the way the compass would look right now. North, south, east, and west. Not that the viewers can see that, but it is just here on the background layer. I can move it down. There we go.
Didn't you say this way was west?
Yeah, it's this way that's west.
So we're coming from this portion over here?
Right, you're coming from this side.
Okay.
You're going this way.
That'll
So
move the
this is the west, this is the east. That's why I made the little compass thing, because...
Well, we're down here, so that's where the confusion came in.
Yeah, it's just because of, like... I always end up building maps this way without thinking about the actual cardinal directions. So, it's because Map Tools loads this corner here. And so I start all the maps there. And then I just build this way and, like, out this way and down without thinking about, like, oh, this would actually be west or something, you know? So, but yeah, hopefully that helps with a little compass there to tell you, where you're going. So basically you're looking this way and you're looking this way. So there is, you look down both paths. Both paths seem to just continue on, just as far as you can see, basically. They're just long, cavernous paths. While you are looking down this path, though, John, you happen to notice some engravings on the edge of the right on the edge of the... Okay, cat, I don't mind if you want to lie on my lap, but please don't lie on my keyboard. So there is some engraving on the wall, kind of in between the splits here. What languages are you familiar with?
Common, Gnomish, and Dwarvish.
Common, Gnomish, and Dwarvish. Oh, good. Then you would understand the writing in that case. Good. So reading over the writing here, you recognize it as Dwarvish script. It takes you a moment to translate because it's not written in the standard Dwarvish. It's written in what is generally considered to be known as Old Dwarvish, but they're relatively similar. It takes a little bit of work, but if you understand one, you can understand the basics of both.
So it's not Shakespearean or Old English.
Right. It's
Ye old Dwarvish.
Ye old Dwarvish, right? But yeah, it's actually I think I have a tile here that kind of looks a bit like it's not exact, but it's kind of like it's like there's a path here, there's a path here. You're kind of right here at the intersection, kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just kind of like drop you guys over here. But kind of right, here on the split between the two, you can kind of see this Dwarvish writing. The Dwarvish writing is it's an old. It's basically a short version of like an old Dwarvish fable. It serves as a warning, telling adventurers, at least those that can read it, what lies ahead of them, what kind of dangers they might be fraught with. According to the Dwarvish script here, the path towards the northwest leads to an ancient dwarven city. Let's see. Give me a history check on this Dwarvish city.
Oh, there we go with the 10s again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well,
I love being proficient and having
I could help
a
out.
high intelligence.
right.
I said I could help out.
Somebody else wants to try.
Well, I got
yeah,
a 22.
Got,
22?
yeah,
Alright. So long before the dwarves became the beings that you know of today as dwarves, living in the city of Mintrog, there once was the city of Dug Muldur, and in this city lived the dwarven ancestors, sometimes known as earth dwarves, sometimes just known as dwarf ancestors. They were a race of dwarves made entirely of stone and metal. Stories tell that Dug Muldur came under siege by some sort of eldritch monstrosity and was nearly destroyed. The dwarves that fled from Dug Muldur were the only surviving dwarves, and after the incident, they begun they began to have some kind of strange change in their metabolism. Their stone and metallic skin soon changed into fleshy skin. They began to reproduce in the standard way that, flesh creatures reproduce. And it was not long after, only a couple of centuries before the race that became known as the dwarves would come into existence. The warning, the warning here on the marker tells you that continuing down that north, I believe I said northwestern. Can correct me if I'm wrong. Assuming I'm not just ghosting.
Yeah, you're getting through.
Yeah, I was ghosting. Okay. But yeah, like I said, northwestern. You can correct me if I was wrong about that.
No, you're
That's
right.
what we remember.
That's what I remember. Okay, good. I have a tendency to not remember these things.
Fair enough.
But the northwestern path leads towards Dug Maldur, and the warning basically states, don't go there because, ancient evil creatures of horrendousness exist there, basically.
Don't go there. You'll die.
Yes. In true dwarven fable standard, where they tell these intrinsic stories and such, it's put into a warning in that regard. So, so yeah, that's it's up to you where you guys wish to go.
So, to the old dwarven city that we could possibly just all die in easily, or the other way.
The other way.
I mean, we could split the party.
No.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
Definitely always the best idea is to split the party. Yes.
Last time I split the party in a D&D campaign, my character became possessed.
Sounds about right.
If you set the party, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah. Who's all in favor of going to the dangerous dwarven city?
Could be fun. I mean, we could also all die horribly and never be heard from again. But it could be fun.
Could be fine.
I mean, we would just end up back in the spirit stream. It'd be fine.
Right.
I'm curious if there's any lost artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
You and me both.
Relics of old lost to time. I must say that I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
All right. So, making your way, you all decide to start making your way towards Dug Muldur, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And this is the part where the DM has to very quickly throw together a couple of things.
I mean, isn't that what improv is?
That's what improv is, indeed. Indeed. So, you continue to march your way down towards the northwest, knowing that either way would eventually lead you to the other side of the Abadnite Mountains. You decide for what you assume to be the more dangerous path, because who knows, there might be cool stuff there. You begin making your way down the path. You travel for long periods of time, just, traveling along this dark, dank cavern. Soon, you start to notice the effects of the eldritch magic that plagued Doug Muldur. The ground, in fact, the whole cave, starts to become soft. The ground starts to become soft. Almost like you've gone from the hard rock cave almost into something alive and fleshy. It only takes you a moment before you begin to realize that not only does the ground and the cave's walls and such kind of have this fleshy feel to them, you definitely start to notice that there is there is some kind of circulatory system. You can feel beneath your feet the feeling of large veins pumping some kind of eldritch fluid through them down the cave.
Welp.
I imagine that by this point, way more than 10 minutes has passed.
Yes. It's definitely been half an hour, 45 minutes just from the split, so.
And the story that was on the wall was sent to the party upon being translated, right?
I assume so.
Yeah, I think it would have been.
Yeah. John would have told you everything, so.
Maybe this is what caused the dwarves to change. It's having an effect on the earth itself.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Although, I'm not a fan of being eaten.
Mm-hmm.
This is very strange to see in a cave.
Very strange indeed.
Anybody else want to just continue? Or should we turn back?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is not a very good way to go. Just because everything's turning into some kind of monstrosity.
Oh, now you feel like there's something's wrong.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
the thing is, before
Yeah,
it's like, it's a cave, whoop-de-doo, everything's gone. Now it's, things have changed. A lot.
Right.
We don't take signs for questioning. Yeah.
I mean,
We don't listen to signs.
You
It's okay.
are Milshans, so it
Danger?
does make sense.
Danger? Fun.
Indeed. I mean, like, that is kind of the whole story of Mabinogi, in a way. Almost all of the, the story sections in Mabinogi are like, oh, danger? Sure, I'll check it out.
What's a little fun without threat of bodily injury?
Right. Just gonna go ahead and move everybody down here into this little spot here.
And Marianne is currently unnerved.
Right. Indubitably. So, as you all stop to talk and decide, should we turn back or should we not? You feel the ground beneath you shudder and shake a moment, and then sprouting from the walls.
Oh God.
As soon as I figure out where the token is for this thing. Do. Oh, here it is. It was in the monsters token. Sprouting from the walls.
More tentacles.
Nasty. Nasty looking, flesh-shaped, horrible, spiky, weird tentacles just kind of sprout out of the ground.
Nope. Bad tentacle. Bad.
Let's see.
A damn shame they're spiky.
Say again?
A damn shame they're spiky.
Oh God.
And I believe that brings us to Lexi up first. In initiative.
Well, I can use just as easily. Which means I can just as easily proc sneak attack within 5 feet, and as an enemy of itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I can proc sneak attack off it.
Yeah.
Hit. 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Sorry, one moment. I forgot to actually write down their HP here. Let me do that right fast. So you said it was 21 to hit?
21 to hit.
Alright, that is a hit. I assume you're going after Tentacle 4 back here?
21 damage.
Oh, no, right. That's right. That one's there. I didn't remember that. 21 damage?
Yep. On Tentacle 3.
On Tentacle 3. Yeah, I totally missed that that guy was there. And I was like, oh, wait. There's one literally right there next to you. Alright. I mean, it's hurting.
Huh?
Said it is definitely hurting.
And I'm going to use the dagger to do a bonus attack. Going to use my bonus action to attack with a dagger.
Okay.
$15 to hit.
15 will hit.
$9 damage.
9 damage. Not bad. With a couple of quick slashes, that tentacle screeches very loudly. And then collapses and then just kind of dissolves back into the ground.
Huh. Well, that one was easy.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that brings us to Aryan.
Yep.
Look, it's a batter bat. And a book. The batter bat.
Just gotta get my bearings because I'm hopping between the stream to view the map and my notepad for my character sheet.
Right. I understand. Hey, it's like I'm sitting here toggling between map tools, my DM info, OBS, and the monster sheet. I need a third monitor.
You're really sure about
Let's go ahead and pop a magic missile.
Okay. I guess
Attacking the
tentacle
one
4.
that's by Marianne.
Tentacle 1, okay.
Yeah.
Magic missile. So 3,
And I just-
4, plus 3.
And I now just realized that my D4 was dragged to the other room by someone.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, I got more in here. I just gotta get my bag out.
We didn't get a short rest or anything, did we?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
I have an entire bag of dice.
I have 14 sets of dice.
Probably about that in mine, too.
Because I got 2 different things of 7 sets of dice for like 10 to 14 bucks.
Yeah. Back
They're not
when we
fancy dice, but
were... I bought...
D4 2, D4 3, here they are.
I did that. I bought, like... They were like... I bought 2 sets of 6 sets of dice. Off Amazon. Each one for like 10 bucks. So, it's like, heck yeah.
The first missile does 4.
It's 4. Okay.
The second missile does 5.
Okay.
And the third missile also does 5.
Alright.
Blue.
Woo. Alright. And I believe that brings us to the tentacles. So the tentacles are flailing about, doing their own thing. There doesn't seem to be any sort of connection between any of the tentacles. They're not really working together or anything. They're just kind of each... It's almost like each one has their own kind of individual mind. Let's see. That is a 14 on James.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. Kind of. As soon as I looked at his token, I was like, "That's a 16 AC. That's probably a miss."
Yeah.
Is that 18? Yeah, 18 on Marianne to hit.
That hits.
Oh, it's 2d8 because it's a d8 bludgeoning and a d8 piercing because spikes. Okay.
Ow.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage.
Ouch. Okay.
And then against Aryan. That's a crit.
Oof.
Well, this is where I die.
revenge for all my games.
Well, I'll see you guys in a bit.
19 altogether.
I'm still here.
Still here.
Wait, you're saying the wizard survived taking almost 20 damage? Impossible.
I mean, I mean, I'm left with like. I need to calculate this. You said it was 17?
19.
19.
19. I have 6 HP left. But either way, that did not feel good.
Yep, I can imagine. All right, James.
I guess I'm just gonna shoot a crossbow bolt at disadvantage at this because that's all I can do.
You don't have a melee weapon?
Nope, my melee weapon is my steel defender.
No, I mean, can't you move it?
It moves after me, unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
I have to use my bonus action to command it to attack, and
Okay.
it moves after my turn.
I mean, a 15 is still a hit, so.
Cool.
Uh, 8 damage on number 2.
And yeah, I use my bonus action to command Braum to attack.
Alright.
So, if I could move him there.
I'm up there, yeah.
What's his? Okay, so his attack. I don't know if that will hit.
Ooh, 11? No, unfortunately, it doesn't hit.
Yeah, figured not. Yeah, that's I'll say that was his turn.
That was his turn. Yeah, so my phone just told me somebody in France was trying to log on to my email and was asking if it was me. I don't think so.
Wow.
I want to change your password.
Marianne, well, I have the two-step authentication, so even if they have my password, they have to have my phone in order to log in. It's like you log in with your password, and then as soon as you log in with the password, then you get a thing on your phone that's like, hey, you have to log in over your phone here. And it's like, yeah, nope, click no, it's not me.
Meanwhile, in France, disappointed spy noises.
Yeah, disappointed spam noises. But yeah, Marianne?
So Marianne is going to, I guess, take the dodge action.
Alright. Makes sense. It's not like she can do too much there in close combat. Alright. Anna.
Well, she's kind of freaking out, so.
Well, yeah, that too.
Let's see. Visually, it looks like I can't go anywhere, but I do believe you can move through your allies.
Yes. Your allies you can, enemies you cannot. So, yep. Somebody just dropped. Oh, Mystic. Hello. Now Andrew just dropped. Hello.
Hello.
Guess it was my turn to ghost.
Hey, I ghosted right along with you.
Yeah, I think all of us ghosted all at once there.
But yeah, as I was saying, I imagine Eldritch Tentacle 1 isn't looking the greatest.
Yeah, Tentacle 1 is the lowest at the moment.
Okay. Is that the case? I'm trying to think. I know I can pass through an ally's turn, but I don't think I can stop their attack and then move back, could I?
No.
Okay.
I mean, technically you can, but it would just provoke opportunity from the tentacle.
I mean, if it, that's if it died.
Right. Yeah. You know, if it dies, you could move back without provoking anything and such.
But if it doesn't, I have to move to this space, or either this space or move somewhere past it
Yeah,
to like one of these two spots.
to not provoke opportunity, you'd have to move into this space here, as it's the only adjacent space. So,
It don't. Let's see. What I will. I'm going to move it over here so I don't end up having to fight with tokens.
yeah.
And I want to
that's
poke
fine.
it.
I don't
So
have any
poke it
BBL,
with-
so.
Right. I'm going to poke it with my scimitar.
Okay.
And. Well, that's a 6.
6. That's yeah, that's not gonna do much.
Yeah, that misses.
You swing your scimitar at the tentacle, and the tentacle just kind of flops to the side. Your attack just passes right next to it. It doesn't even get close.
Well,
Because, I mean, that wasn't even half of its AC, so.
yeah, I rolled a base of 2, so
Yep.
Big oof.
not the worst I could have done at least.
Yeah, not the worst, but. Well, I mean, you can move back and take an opportunity, or you can move to this adjacent square here. But that does put you in flanking with 2 tentacles.
Yeah, I'm going to take the risk.
Alright. After a swing, you step back. Tentacle swings. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that slightly hits my 15 AC.
Just slightly.
It's a 14 damage.
I am at 9 HP. Yay.
You
Not
go
worth
to
it.
step back, and the tentacle just slaps you as hard as it can. Maybe not as hard as it can. That was only about average, honestly, but it
Rude.
slaps you pretty good, and you kind of stumble a bit, catch yourself. You manage to, move away from it. So, alright. Lexi.
Alright then. Let's see. 2 in the back, 2 up front. Might as well make it easier on some of us. So, let's come up here.
Okay.
And once again, gonna attack Tentacle 2.
Okay.
17 hit.
17 hits.
Alright. Plus the sneak attack. Alright, that's gonna be 18 damage.
Alright. It's still up, but barely.
Alright, next the bonus attack is 22 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit.
And that bonus attacks the bonus attack with the dagger, that's gonna be 8 damage.
8 damage. It is down. It screeches and dissipates as it kind of melts back into the ground.
Yep, that's gonna end her turn. Actually, move her back up a bit.
Okay.
And now her turn's ended. Yeah.
Alright. Ian.
Alright, I guess what I can do for right now, if I play my cards right, everything should hopefully go alright. Let's go ahead and on the one that I was targeting, let's use Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead. Alright.
Needs to make a whiz save.
Wisdom save. So 10?
Nope, it's going to be taking the 1d12.
1d12.
I think it's a 1d12 right now anyway.
Yes, it's a 1d12 because it's already taken some damage.
Ooh, that's going to be 11.
11? Alright. Well, I mean, it's still up, but barely.
I did my best.
That's all you can do, really.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, the tentacles are just gonna keep doing what they did last turn. It's gonna have disadvantage, I believe, because Marianne took the dodge action.
Yep.
Even with disadvantage, that's still a synthetic 20.
Ouch.
Yeah. It was 22, but the disadvantage knocked it down by 2. But that was it. God, these things just keep dealing damage. 14?
Yep, that takes her out.
Now, down and unconscious. That's what happens when these things attack the squishies. Alright, other tentacles going after Aryan. 17 to hit.
I was going to say, how about base of 2?
Base of 2, okay. Base of 2, so that's going to miss. Alright. Swings and a miss. And James.
Well, I guess I'll just move over a bit and try and shoot Tentacle 4, if at all possible.
Okay.
So, I assume the
That's
24.
24, that'll hit.
And max damage, 14.
Max damage for 14. Alright. It will take that damage.
And that's all I'll do. Just because, yeah, Brom probably can't really get through all that. Anyways.
Alright. Well, Marianne, you can go ahead and make a saving throw. Make your death save.
That is a 7.
7. Ouch. Anna.
I guess can try this again. And hope that I take it out.
Okay.
Good, that's a base of 17. Which puts my total with the scimitar of a 21.
Okay.
I'm guessing that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then I go a d6 plus 2. Max damage, 8.
And the tentacle is down.
Woot.
Very good.
So I guess I'll step here and have shield up. Not that it does anything aside from what it normally does, but...
Lexi. Got her?
That's sorry, the server had disconnected for
Ah, yep, I see that.
me again.
There you go. Now you're back. Probably because I'm also streaming,
Or something, right?
so it's probably messing with my bandwidth.
Then time to attack the last one.
Okay.
So move into Eldritch Force range. That's what I like to see. A crit.
Nice. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry.
Nice.
But yeah, crit. Nice. Go for it.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 35.
35 is more than even at if it was still at max health. So the
Nice.
final tentacle screeches as it withers and collapses, and then just kind of fades. Melts into the ground again. The tentacle's destroyed. You hear a loud screeching noise from further down the cave.
Well then.
Whatever the tentacles were attached to is probably further down and is not happy.
Well, you see Lexi kind of crouch down and slap Marianne's face a couple times. Come on, wake up.
I just picture the scene from My Hero where Alma's just repeatedly trying to wake Midori up.
Except instead of a barrel chested blonde hair, you get someone much smaller.
Indeed. So anybody want to roll a medicine check to help Marianne out here?
I do believe I am good at that.
All right.
If I take a check. Medicine, yep, I am good at that, so I will do that.
All right. Go ahead.
I literally rolled at the average number, 10,
Yeah.
which puts that at a 16.
16. Not bad. All right. Marianne is up with 1 HP.
I'm also gonna cast Cure Wounds
Cure wounds. Okay.
on her, just to give her a little bit.
All right.
Not much, a
7.
little, very little.
I mean, she's up at 8 now. It's better than 1.
True.
I mean, I could give her one, or actually, we could technically give her 10 more with Goodberry.
True. Shove good berries down her throat.
Right.
What sucks is Goodberry specifically says the creature has to take the action, so you can't force it down their throat.
True.
So you can't bring someone from
She'll
unconsciousness
cast
back.
Cure Wounds on herself.
All right.
Dump all of our spells into one person. This will go perfect.
Yep.
I mean, at the very least, we'd die slower.
Right.
True.
I mean, you could double back and take a short rest back there at that junction.
True enough.
True.
No, because then Marianne would feel bad.
So are we continuing to the screeching hallway, or are we turning the other way?
Well, we already came this far.
I guess so.
I do have to admit, I'm still curious what kind of beast this might be.
Well, one way to find out.
One way to find out.
Let's go.
Venture deeper into the
Eldritch horror walls.
Eldritch cave here. Yeah. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that.
100% not gonna die.
I mean, even if we do die, we won't.
Right.
Because we don't die when we're
Well.
killed.
I mean, that's kind of the fun of this, is that it's like, normally you would think rationally, like, if we gotta keep going down this path, we're gonna die. But you're Milshans, and so you're just like, I mean, if we keep going down this path, we might die, but I mean...
No rationale.
The question then would become, can we come back quicker than it can heal?
No, it takes a full day to come back to...
Well, I mean, that'd be the question in the world. Could we manage to get back before it can heal up?
No, like I said, it takes a full day for you to even revive, so...
Well, I mean, realistically, if you do a lot of damage to a creature, that wouldn't heal completely, but again, this is D&D.
Yeah, this is D&D. In D&D terms, it would get a long rest, which would heal it back up, so...
I mean, there's always the chance something else would stop it from getting a long rest. You never know. Just go in turns every, 3 hours, prevent it from getting it.
Constantly shoot long-range attacks at it so it can't hit you until the next person is ready.
Right.
That would be one stupid strategy, but gosh dang it, that would work.
I mean, the rest of the world would probably end and die, but we get our thing.
Party that focused too much on an Eldritch Cave had no actual benefit to the story.
Right. Indeedy-doo. Alright.
Off we march to certain death.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry about that.
Times 3.
I always sneeze 3 times in the end. It's just how my body works, so...
Onward into the depths of hell, basically.
Into the depths of this eldritch whatever that's going on here. Alright. Let's see, then. You march onward, further down. You march onward, further down into this strange eldritchy cavern. Let's see. Let me just grab up some new tiles for you guys. I do like that I have these pretty dynamic tiles here that I can just use for things, so...
That's
just
always nice.
Throw some things together. But as you make your way further down, you soon find yourself coming to the entrance. Whoops. I need to move the camera here. There we go. You soon find yourself coming to the entrance of the city of Doug Muldur. And I'm going to make a note of that on my DM info real fast. But anyway, you find yourself soon coming to the ancient dwarven city of Doug Muldur. Deep as you approach the the entrance to the city, you can see that whatever the city once used to look like has been horribly corrupted. You can see sprouting from the many walls of the city gigantic glowing purple and orange eyeballs. There's also several large horrifying mouths, all with very, very sharp teeth. Think Malice from Breath of the Wild. The giant eyeballs and the mouths and stuff like that. It's kind of like that, where there's just a lot of big eyes and gigantic, malice-like mouths, just like all over the place.
Never lie, that's much better than what I was originally imagining. If it's more like the malice, then it's much better than what I was originally imagining.
You said there's only one big eye?
No, there's like several eyes, like all over the place.
Okay. I thought there was one big eye.
No. There's many, many eyes all over the place.
Well. Guess welcome to the city? If you could call it that still.
Right.
I mean, technically a city, just different inhabitants, giant floating mouths, eyes, eldritch magics,
Yeah.
So this is what happens with this is what happens when an eldritch abomination, takes roots in a location.
I just hope there's a little bit of history preserved somewhere. Very fascinating to see an old dwarven city.
And as fascinating as it is to see these entities, I don't think I care much to see if I can turn into them.
Well, at least they're not flying around and trying to chop our faces off yet.
She has a fair point.
So they're all attached to the walls, right?
Yes.
Okay. Besides, it looks like, hopefully, they can't move.
Well, shall we continue down?
Well, we're already this far. Already look. Can't might as well jump in.
Agreed.
If anything, and worse comes to worse, we could always meet up back at that juncture before this all started.
True.
Let's see.
Petitions to the sky for no reason.
Should we have like a death counter running for this session?
I mean, maybe that might be a thing we might have to consider.
First ever death counter considered. Oh, geez, that is disgusting.
Whatever it is, I don't see it. Oh, that. Okay, it came in.
Well, okay, that didn't quite as seamlessly do that, because I guess it's not perfect, but it is what it is. You know what? I'll probably only need just the one square anyway. So here is the here is just this section of Doug Muldour for you. Welcome back.
It looks beautiful.
Hello.
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 Okay. So that's
So-
what madness looks like.
This entire time, I was under the impression that the tentacles were not showing up because they look like question marks.
Okay.
What about the tentacles?
I thought they weren't rendering for me for some reason because they looked like question marks.
No,
You have to
Nope,
worry about
that's-
you have to worry
that's
about
what they
the
look like.
red one.
It is
Yep.
yeah. It's
That-
they're blue tentacles. They're just kind of in that shape, yes. Let me just go ahead and throw you guys into about the middle here. So Rick said he was AFKing. I'm going to pull Marianne back here real quick. You guys can organize your party a little bit more if you so desire. So let's see. These are so fun. These things I just found.
oh boy.
Fun for you, fun for us, fun for what? What's the definition of fun here?
DM
It's
fun.
for friends who do stuff together.
I mean, personally, I think that what they are really kind of hilarious, but also really horribly disgusting. So,
Fair.
Oh, so like like a Marlboro.
Is it a gaping maw?
no, slightly less terrifying, but also maybe slightly more terrifying.
So like
What are the chances I'm going to immediately wild shape once we see them?
100%.
So like what's
100%.
Persona and SMT?
So,
The penis chariot.
as you begin to wander through Doug Muldour, you notice one of the mouths. You notice one of the eyes begins, tracking you and kind of watching you. After a moment, you see one of the mouths in they're not just like on the walls and stuff, they're also like on the ceilings and the floor and such. But you see one of the mouths kind of up above you. It open, the mouth opens wide, and suddenly, flapping its very, very strange wings, as it just kind of barely glides down towards you.
Oh, abyssal chickens.
6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These strange looking, very clearly eldritch creatures just kind of glide down around you. They look, well,
It's a chicken.
they look like chickens, but their wings are kind of up above their legs.
I will
And
note,
their
too.
faces are these horrific, massive beaks.
We'll note, too, when they separate their wings, it's like flesh ripping apart. Or so I like to think.
Probably.
Oh,
Let's
just kill 'em all.
see.
I kind of want to have one as a pet. What do I have to feed it?
Probably people.
Abyssal chickens are carnivorous, temporal, tasty bottom feeders native to the abyss. They beat their leathery wings to scare predators and to help them run faster, and they taste like fatty chicken. That's what the description in Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus says, so...
Can I offer it a shovel?
He destroys things by walking into them.
I guess this makes sense why they do have actual pictures. I was thinking they were homebrew, but no, they're Baldur's Gate.
No, they're actual things.
Descent into Avernus. So yeah, they are actual Wizards of the Coast monsters, which is kind of neat. But yeah, as soon as these things touch the ground, their long, horrific tongues stick out as you see their giant, sharp teeth. And they are absolutely 100% poised for attack here.
Alright.
They're going to go ahead and get
Shame they're
an 11 on their initiative.
Alright, should we see who can kick them the furthest?
I mean, you might be going up against a bear if you try that, but, you know, at least going up against a bear's kick. It's quote unquote okay.
And that brings us to Lexi.
okay. Let's see. Checking this. I'm about just strap in the middle of them. Alright then. Let's see. Step right
Yeah,
up
they
to
all
this
just
one.
kind of dropped all around you, so.
Oh. Because they're mortified.
Hmm?
Oh, because we're the only ones within 5 feet of me, sir. Front sneak attack.
I don't think you'll need it, but
It'll be safe.
Hey,
Sorry.
that's going to be a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. Alright.
22 damage.
22 damage. I mean, it goes down pretty simply.
Let's see. Check my speed here. One from right here. So I got still got plenty left. So just gonna move down to this one. That's another 5 feet. And gonna use my bonus action to attack. You know what? I'm better off using, since there's 7 up, better off using my bonus action to just set up a use my bonus action to use the cunning dodge.
Alright.
Wait, never mind. What am I doing? I can't use. I'm thinking of something else. Sorry about that. And I assume there's nowhere to hide, is there?
No. It's just a big open area.
Alright, then I'm just going to use the bonus action to strike the next one.
Okay.
$18 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit.
That's going to be 9 damage.
9 damage. Alright. That's still up, but barely.
And just going to use the free disengage I have to just back away. And leave it there.
Alright. Aryan.
Mm-hmm. Look. Stuff.
Mm-hmm. Abyssal chickens.
Where is it? Here it is.
Let's see if there's ever an ultra mega chicken. Arise, chicken, arise.
Yeah, these totally act like cuckoos. There are enough of them, there'll just be infinite amounts coming at us.
According to 5e tools, that is the only chicken that is available.
Can I get a 20, I guess that means radius, so
20-foot circle. Alright. Let's see. Do a light source or no, circles. 20-foot. 20-foot circle.
because I'm going to try and get as many of these guys in it and cast sleep.
You could get 3 with sleep. Maybe 4. Oh. No, you can get... Well, no, you can get 4, but that's probably about it.
I'm going to try that.
Because, I mean, I'm assuming that you need to drop it somewhere where you and your guys won't get hit, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll only be able to get about 4, but you could do it.
The 8s don't fail me now.
Let me just open the spell list. Because I don't remember how sleep works. 5d8 total is how many hit points it affects. Right.
I guess it wouldn't matter because it goes in ascending order. I'm sure all of us have more HP than all of them.
True.
Well,
Put this all to sleep. Put everything to the sleep.
Well, I got 9 HP, so
Oof.
Yeah,
that would probably hit me.
Yeah, it does go after the person. It does go after the creatures with the lowest health. So anybody that has below these things right now would be getting hit with it first. So how many hit points?
38.
38. Alright, so you managed to get 3 of them. They are asleep.
That should at the very least lessen the initial swarm a little bit.
1, 10, and 9 are conked out. If you had just a couple more hit points, it would have knocked out another one, but...
I don't think we're going to have to worry about those guys.
Let's see.
I got a plan for those.
Creatures hit point must be equal or less than... I'm just looking and seeing. Sleeper takes falls unconscious till the spell ends. Sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the creature awake. Okay, so they don't get any saving throws or anything like that. It's just plop. Okay.
It's really great when you cast that as, like, a 9th level spell.
Yeah.
Puts everything to a sleep.
Alright. Chickens. So our first chicken is going to come up here. And wow, they really get 2 attacks per turn.
Yep.
22 to hit. That's against Arya, by the way.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Or should have used the good berries.
4 piercing damage as it pecks you.
Uh-huh. And what was that about good berries, Adam?
I should have used them. We should have healed up a bit.
We really should have. Oh well.
And then second attack, it's going to bring its feet up and swing at Arya for 15 to hit.
I'm going to go ahead and pop shield.
Okay.
I was going to suggest Brahm can use his reaction as a steel defender. Deflect attack. It imposes disadvantage on the attack of a creature that's within 5 feet of it.
Alright. So we'll do that before we do shield then.
Alright.
Disadvantage doesn't help any. So
Oh, lovely.
I rolled higher with the second die.
Shield.
Pop and shield. Okay. So then the next chicken is going to come up to Brahm, swinging at a synthetic 20.
It hits.
So pecking for 5 damage.
Okay.
And then guessing an 11 is not going to hit.
No.
Stepping on up. Which one is it going to go after? It's going after John.
James.
19 to hit.
That hits.
3 piercing damage. Second
Alright.
attack is going to be a miss, I assume. Because you had a 16 AC, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I rolled lower than 16, so. Stepping up to Lexi. That's going to be a miss. And that's a crit. So it swings its...
Ouch.
It tries to peck, fails, brings its claws around, and slashes you for 7 damage.
Ouch.
And then another one
Here's-
comes up.
Here's where we die.
That's another crit. Luckily it was on the peck this time.
But yeah, I think we're for anyone that knows Dragon Ball Abridged, we're learning the pecking order.
God.
So it's going to peck Lexi for 10 damage. And then it crit misses. How about that?
It just disintegrates.
They are so lucky they're not edible.
Technically, they are.
Anna, that's a crit on Anna. That is 7 piercing.
I'm not dead yet.
17 to hit.
That hits. This might take me down.
5 slashing damage.
Yeah, that puts me to 0.
And unconscious.
Unless... No, I don't have any reaction spells. Dang it.
Rip. And the other 3 are fast asleep. James.
Cure wounds on Anna.
Okay. 11.
So I'm back up with 11 HP.
You are prone, but you are back up with 11 HP.
And then I'll just command Braun to attack 3.
Okay.
Did I get that right? So 4. Yeah.
So the people or the ones sleeping won't wake up unless we do something to them, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Or the spell
I have
ends, which is like 1 minute.
I have the perfect way to get rid of them then, if
So,
they're still asleep.
12 will hit.
Let's focus on the ones that are awake first.
Well, yeah. If I hadn't gone down, I would have cast Spike Growth and Wild Shaped.
5, 4.
But now that one's right next to me, I'm pretty sure that would provoke.
Alright. And so that was 12 to hit, 5 force damage on number 3. And I'm guessing, is Rake still out?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it.
Or rather, lack of sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, lack of sounds like it. Yeah, he did say that he wasn't feeling it tonight, so he said be right back, but he might not actually be back, which is fine. So Anna, you are prone, so keep that in mind.
Does that matter if you turn into a 4-legged creature?
Um,
I don't think. I mean, if you wild shape, I imagine it
welcome back.
wouldn't matter.
Technically, yeah, if you wild shape into a 4-legged creature, you would still be prone. But creatures like that only have to spend 5 feet of move as opposed to half their speed. So.
Doesn't casting a spell within the enemy's range provoke attack?
No.
No, you just have disadvantage. If it's a ranged spell, you just have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, sadly, I still can't use heat metal. But
There's definitely no metal on these fleshy things, that's for sure.
I might. Let's see. Produce flame won't be useful because of disadvantage. So that only applies if I make the roll, right?
Yeah, if you make a attack roll, if you make a ranged attack roll against a creature when you have something in melee, you have disadvantage.
And I don't have to get up to cast a spell.
I don't think so. But
In
if
that
you
case,
don't get up, the enemy has advantage when they attack you, so.
if it's still alive by the end of its turn, or its next turn. So I'm gonna moonbeam this guy. Just gonna, smite it with moonbeam,
Moonbeam, huh?
which is a Constitution saving throw.
So you're going after number 8 there?
Yeah, the one that's right next to me.
Alright. Just as a quick question, what kind of damage is Moonbeam?
Radiant.
He's radiant.
Okay. Alright, just making sure that
Make it
so
3.
it's not like immune to the damage or something before I bother with it. Alright, got a 4 on its constitution, so that's a
I don't
fail.
think that's saved.
Yeah, that's definitely
So that's a 2d10 radiant damage.
nice.
So hopefully this kills it. 14 damage.
14 damage. It is down.
Be smitten. In that case,
I mean, you no longer have anything in melee range then, at least.
Right. So, going to... No, that won't work. Because I used the action for something. I guess... Going to... I only have one wild shape left. This... You know, if I don't wild shape, I'll probably die pretty quickly. So, going to wild shape into whatever my highest HP creature is.
Okay.
Which
That'd probably be the bear.
A direwolf.
Or direwolf.
Direwolf. Alright. I believe I have Anna Direwolf right here.
Yep. So yeah, just there. Obviously going to stand right back up with 5 feet of movement, I believe.
Yep.
And just look menacingly at this one right here. Just look at chicken number 7 menacingly.
Number 7 menacingly. Alright, Lexi.
You look tasty to a wolf.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Lexi.
Alright. Well then. Let's see. Okay then. Well then, I could actually still just proc sneak attack off, so.
Yep.
Anyway, gonna do it to number 7 because I know the rule we have around here.
Mm-hmm.
And well, time to return 2 crits with a crit of my own.
Very nice. Get that crit.
It's totally because that creature nat 1'd on him.
Here we go.
I'm against Sonic.
Alright, that's gonna be 36 damage.
36 damage. Oof.
So,
So, yeah.
since I'm in the middle of something here. Like, wait a
7, 5, 4
Gonna trade a couple characters.
are all down.
we have characters that
So for those watching the stream or the VOD, we have a little homebrew around here. Comes from the days of 1st edition when I played,
stuff like,
where my family back in 1st edition had their own house rule, where you could perform what we called a sweep. The sweep is if you hit a creature and you still have damage left over after killing it, and you're able to hit something else. You know, this only applies for melee, of course. But if you've got, say, multiple enemies around you, you hit them, your hit counts to their AC, you can continue to move the remaining damage around, kind of like, you know, you bring out a sword, you just swirl it in a big circle around you, slash at a whole bunch of enemies, kind of thing. Called a sweep. And that's basically, with 38 damage, considering the health that these things have, 38 damage is enough to take down all 3 of the ones that were within 5 feet of Lexi here, and still have damage left over. But alas, there's nothing else in range, so you can't continue the sweep.
I mean, there is the...
Well, no, there's nothing in range over here.
No,
No,
there is a player in range.
Well, yeah,
technically.
there's 2 players, but of course you're not going to continue to sweep into your allies.
Right.
So. But yeah. It's a nice little rule that we like to use just because, A, it makes it a little bit easier when you're doing these mass encounters like this, where there's like 20 enemies on the field. Back in 1st edition, having like 15, 20 enemies on the field was normal for just a basic encounter. If you had a boss, you were looking at like 30 or 40 enemies. One of the most well-known encounters that I can think of is an encounter where there is 10 It's 10 like hill giants or something like that, and like 10 trolls.
Superman.
And it's like, yeah, that's a lot of enemies for a party of 6, you know? And so that's why we developed the sweep, was so that you could sweep, hit multiple enemies in a row, deal more damage, take out more enemies quickly. You're not sitting there going, I dealt 300 damage to a guy that had 5 HP, you know? And I just like that rule, so I've just carried it on every time I've DM'd, so.
Well, I know what kind of character I'm going to make next.
It's surprisingly saved us on multiple occasions.
It has, too, yes, it has.
Oh yeah, see, it needs to go.
Alright, but anyway, anything else there, Lexi?
So I'm just going to quickly put Superman back on, because Superman can do that. It says so.
Yep, Gunner's having issues.
I'm here. Thank you. Superman.
Again. Well, instead of having to risk these things having to claw the rest of my skin off for some godforsaken reason, I'm just going to use my cunning bonus action to dash.
Break it. Okay,
And we'll wait
now we need Harry Potter for this.
way out of their
Harry
range.
can do this. Need a spell for this.
Get way out of there.
Yep. And I'll just be safe over here.
Harry Potter is epic. Magic.
Arya.
Flying.
And I said,
So funny story. I ran out of first level spell slots.
Just punch.
Okay.
Better story. I still have 1 second level spell slot left. So I can do magic missile as a 2nd level spell.
Nice.
Oh lord.
I mean, it's
Fun.
only 40s, but yeah. It does only add just 1 extra
Why is there a
missile.
button on the wall?
It only adds 1 extra, but hey, I'll take it.
It's a guaranteed hit
This.
and a guaranteed 2 damage.
So
Yep.
That.
doing against the ones that are awake. Da-da-da. First one deals 5.
The who?
Thing up there.
Second one also deals 5.
Alright. Hang on. Which one are you attacking first?
Probably the one next to
Jump high enough to.
Yeah.
probably Braum first.
Tiny.
Ron first? Okay. So the first 5 takes that one down.
Besides his.
The second 5 hits the one in front of you.
Harry, oh well. We can come back.
Yeah, the second pair.
1,000 studs.
It the first one out of the remaining 2 does 3, and the second one out of the remaining 2 does 5.
Alright. And that one is down.
How come I have no sound?
Alright. Not bad. So all that remains are the sleeping ones. So I'm just going to assume that you guys walk over and coup de grace the 3 sleeping ones. Take them down real fast.
I was gonna pick one up and pet it. Possibly tie a rope around its beak, have it as a pet. Sacrifice it to the god. No, wait, hold on.
Fashion stuff.
Let's just say one of them may be returned to
Stuff, so I am.
a different mouth before it dies.
Everything.
I don't remember, did they say taste good or bad?
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah,
Tastes like
it
chicken.
literally says tastes like chicken.
Which means
Okay, come on.
Tastes
to
like
a wolf,
fatty
they
chicken.
taste great.
Tastes like
Yeah.
fatty chicken. So yeah, tastes like chicken. It's good.
And yeah.
Alright.
Now if abyssal meat is good for you, that's the other part.
That's the other part, yeah. It really is.
This thing is burning. Sonic.
Alright.
Sonic, that's not how physics
You guys cleared the abyssal
Bring
chickens.
everything. Boom.
I want you to build.
So as you take down the abyssal chickens, you can all notice the... Ooh, somebody dropped.
Ow, stop. Thank you.
Ow. Hello. Welcome back.
This is why
Yep.
whenever I
Everything went quiet. I kind of
Hey.
figured.
Yeah,
I never
that happens.
have anybody in the center because, you know.
So as you take down the last of the abyssal chickens, you can see several of the wandering eyes above you begin to start to focus on each of you. You begin to feel the pull of eldritch magic. Everybody, charisma saving throws.
No.
You mean that thing that I have a -2 in?
Yes.
Yes.
22.
22.
That's luckily a high roll, but that's a 16.
17.
17 for James. You said what for
then slap her in the face and then you show
Anna?
escape through the
16.
16 for Anna, okay.
I managed to roll an 18.
And then she's stuck and
Just need Arya and Lexi.
Already and got a 22.
22. Nice.
Oh, in question and
And Gunner, Lexi's charisma save.
Said 22.
22. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't. Oh, no, I have that one. What am I missing? What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow. Never mind. It was right because I should have 5 rolls here. I have 4. Yeah, that's the right amount. All right.
Tap around the map, get
You all feel the tug of eldritch magic at work.
around the map, go around the area and
Luckily,
just don't worry.
you're all able to hold your ground against the sort of mental assault.
We won't be able to get
And
the dude.
you all managed to make your saving throws, so not bad.
Alright, I've got
That
a.
requires
Not bad at
having
all.
a keystone, and we have none.
I'm gonna cast Mend on Brahm
Okay.
because it actually works on this.
I've
Yeah.
got a cage.
I'm just going to have a headcanon that Anna was just so uncaring about the eldritch magic that
Yeah,
just
you just
no.
have, like,
Mhm.
one character and then you're safe.
Alright. Age 2, done. And
Oh, you
now,
realize that
9.
was finished.
Very nice.
See, that's why.
All right.
Hit her until
So
we
you
have
spend
all-
a couple minutes because Mend is, I think, a 5-minute casting time. No, 1 minute.
Yeah,
1 minute
it's only
casting
1 minute.
time.
Come here, Gandalf.
That's right. Every time I think of mending, I think of the Horde of the Dragon Queen, where you had to roll it 5 times, and that's 5 minutes. So then I think mending 5 minutes, not 5 times for for 1 minute each. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, 1 minute only. But yeah, that's why I always get confused. So,
build.
Yeah,
Just did some basic repairs.
Tish.
now all we have
Yep.
to do is just
So you all spend just a quick minute, patching up,
strap A.
or I should say, as James patches up Brahm there with a quick mending spell.
Wait, no, don't
The
interact with that.
the eldritch eyes and things are definitely still looking at you. You all have,
Don't mind me.
you can all hear whispers
Alright, do you want me to?
of eldritch nature.
That's fine.
The exact words they are speaking, none of you can understand, as far as I know.
Okay, you see
Anyone know
unless
Abyssal?
somebody knows Abyssal.
The off chance someone does.
I know Common, Elvish, and Druidic.
Right.
I don't think I've been given any other languages by the stuff I have.
now, let me pop on in.
Well, I mean, I could cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual.
Oh lord.
And
Do we want to spend an hour with those things looking at us? I don't think so.
where's the cutscene? Because I can't. Uh-oh.
I mean, I can't, in character I can't say anything, but,
I
because
mean-
of Wolf, but
Yeah, I mean,
I think
a
we
ritual
saw
only
Fox
takes
in
10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doesn't take an hour.
Yeah.
And comprehend languages is an instant,
Oh my God.
one action cast. So
This.
Unless you do it as a ritual.
yeah, unless you do it as a ritual. So, but that's why it takes 10 minutes. So rituals add, 10 minutes to the cast time, basically.
And then you pop back.
my
So-
points still stand.
Right. I mean, you are already spending 5 minutes on Brahm. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch to spend another 5
We're gonna have
to do the ritual if you started casting at the same time. But that is, still up to, you guys.
But we don't actually have.
Do we really want to know what these whispers are saying? Is the question.
That is the question.
Do we want to? Do we really want to understand Eldritch saying
And if
Eh,
go into like the shop.
without being a warlock?
I'll just.
Well, correction, you all wouldn't be able to understand it. I would.
Right.
No, keep them on.
Translation exists. Okay.
right. It really is, would Aryan, realizing that, John is casting Mending, be like, hey, you know what? I want to know what these voices is like.
Let's be honest,
millions
she
of voices.
probably would. Let's
say.
be honest, she probably would.
Alright.
Great.
Because it's just like, ooh, more knowledge.
More knowledge.
Yes, please.
So you spend a few moments,
They kind of like.
casting comprehend languages.
The bases were. And.
Even with comprehend languages, what they're saying seems to be a jarbled
Make a mod or something.
mess. It doesn't seem like they're speaking any particular sentences or anything.
We're screwed. Food and that.
You do hear
Marvel and.
one word repeated over and over again by these whispers, and that word is Mammon.
Oh,
I love how kind of like.
player knowledge. Oh no.
The letters are.
Player knowledge.
I have no idea.
I mean, if Aryan wants to relate that and then let people roll religion checks, or if Aryan herself just wants to roll a religion check first and then go from there.
Main area, so we don't have to play the level.
I think she would try and see if she knew it first and then relay it.
Sure.
Plastic.
Because that would probably help flavor up how she'd word things.
Right. Okay.
That is a 22 religion.
I'm moving
Wow.
down and I'm Gandalf, apparently.
I'm wild.
Are you sure about that?
Mammon.
I don't know who I am.
Mammon
I don't
is
think you're actually like in it.
one of the many
Oh.
eldritch demonic
Okay, just
minor
how much
gods
does it drop out?
um,
How much does it kind of
known
drop out? And then I'll
as the
And then once we're allowed back
the
to-
demon lord of greed.
Okay, so
Some refer to him even as the Archduke of Greed, because technically he's a devil, he's not a demon, but demons and devils are the same thing in my universe, so they all follow the same level of hierarchy with the daemon hierarchy.
we already have one.
Which of course is different from the devil or demon hierarchy that's in D&D. So, because they're daemon, not demon. The daemon hierarchy basically says,
Those moments
Mammon and several other
where Sonic would be
creatures
with his hoping
of his
attack
nature
like multiple guys.
are, the highest tier, ranked 10
I know.
usually in the list, the 10 ranks of daemons. Some people separate the daemon gods from the daemon ranks,
Been hitting holes.
but when they don't, they say, Damon rank 10. But basically, he is the Archduke of... Excuse me. He is the Archduke of Greed. His goal is complete and utter greed. His servants bathe him in gold coins. He not only demands blood sacrifices from his servants, but the gold coins themselves that are showered on him must be bathed in the blood of whatever is being sacrificed. Ancient stories tell that Mammon was a powerful daemon god back during the First Age. However, during the First Age, a powerful sorceress rose up, and using her own life force, she banished both herself and Mammon. And nobody has heard from either of them since. People still worship Mammon. People still get power from Mammon. So it's clear that Mammon is still alive, but he hasn't been seen physically since the First Age.
Intriguing.
Can I try and, while she's doing this, can I try and feed one of the chicken bodies to the mouths?
I mean, I guess if you want.
Yes. Feeding chicken to the mouths.
Don't lose your arm.
You can rotate the characters while building.
Well, this is certainly an interesting development.
Don't soft-lock me.
Apparently, Mammon is also from the DC universe, and that is a picture from one of the DC comics with Mammon. So there's that.
But after gathering that bit of insightful knowledge, he would turn to the others and basically say, well, we have two options.
That is actually very
Either, well, three, I suppose. But the first two would really be better. We could either leave this place as it is, or we head back, rest up, and continue forward.
I mean, could just rest here, if you don't mind the onlookers, pointing to one of the eyes.
I would rather not let my mental guard down, lest they try another assault.
There's cool characters in the game.
Here we go.
Pick them up and
Here's what I would probably use as a token for Mammon.
did not get him.
But on a more positive note, it does seem that we have stumbled upon
How are you able to do that?
some form of a lost demon deity's power.
Because, you dropped out. Okay, stop.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, it's a cutscene.
now I'm more intrigued.
This one.
Let me ask you, have you ever heard of Mammon?
Mammon, I mean, old tales, nothing much. That's about it.
Quite the greedy one that one was. And one that revels in gold and blood sacrifice. Honestly, if we were to continue now, I'd have no doubt we'd be forced back into the spirit stream. And that would perhaps rather be inconvenient at the moment.
Yeah, the more I look at this place, the less likely I'm bound to find some like hidden artifacts or anything like that.
Mhm.
Everything's kind of this mush on the ground.
I don't even know what that means.
Stole.
I don't know pirate. So I wouldn't know.
Either way, that's the gist of what I can piece together. And I have no particular feelings one way or the other, so whatever you all decide, I'll go along with it.
Joker smile.
I mean,
The wolf.
Hmm?
The wolf would kind of gesture to head back so we can at least rest,
That.
get our spells back.
Yeah, see, I'm pushing X. The skip button.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea.
right.
We're all pretty beat up now.
Sure. And a hammer. He doesn't. Like.
That is true. You've all taken a lot of damage and used a lot of spell slots, so...
Not a wild shape. I haven't used many spell slots, so I don't have too many things that's useful in melee.
Right.
Joker.
Look, and it's not actually just like for show. We're actually here now.
But yeah, alright. Then if it is decided that that's what you guys want to do, then you can pack up and turn yourselves around.
Okay, hold on. No, that's just to get that.
She's still not.
Which.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last time. Oh, you're already here.
If anyone doesn't look like they can stand much,
Oh.
there is a dire wolf you could ride on.
Show them. There now. Okay, I'm giving the fan.
How about we head to...
Alright.
Let's go to the adventure time. There's a.
You turn yourselves around and you start making your way back down the cavern. As you begin to traverse down the cave, from deep down the cave back down towards the city, you can again hear the loud shriek noise that you had heard when you had attacked the tentacles.
Here we go. A book and a bad guy. It's like a level and a level and I believe a level.
As you turn back to
But
glance
it's also mounted.
the way down, you quickly realize that something has begun to follow you.
Look at this.
Great.
I mean, look at this. This is cool. I mean, the level is cooler than this.
Oh, fun. We pissed it. Oh, fun. We really pissed it off.
It actually makes me want to watch the show.
Well, I mean, if it's gonna follow us, I guess we can prepare our defenses rather than just going head on in.
Right?
Can we see exactly what it is?
Stuff I
You
want.
cannot
Watch.
see what it is.
Look at this. Look, I'm literally
It
making
seems to be much further down the cave, much further than you can
Look,
actually see.
I lost.
Could I roll perception since dire wolf senses?
Try not to do that around me.
You could attempt a perception with direwolf senses if you so desire.
Stuff doesn't actually look like
Well,
Lego stuff.
luckily it's not disadvantaged because that would have been a nat 1.
Eh,
Well, you gotta have
But with the base of 18 making that's a 21.
yeah, just be
21. Not
I will
bad.
have plus 3.
so.
Not too shabby
Oh, look.
with that 21.
Hold on. I'm breaking crap.
So
Let's
hearing or smelling.
hearing or smelling, indeed.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, wow, that's
so as you turn down to the cave, to look into the ever-present darkness.
That looks animated, slightly,
You lift your ear for a moment, but you don't hear much more than what anyone else can hear. However, you barely even have to sniff the air around you to notice the distinct, horrid smell. I shouldn't say distinct, but the horrid, rotting smell that is coming from down the way.
I completely failed.
I forgot about all the money and the treasure and crap. I mean, look at this. This is. If all that
Now, how to convey this as a
collectible studs, we would basically be like.
is the cave around us fleshy or rocky right now?
The cave that you're in is still flesh-like.
Okay. Does it react to getting pierced?
As much as, like, a cat, acts, clawing at your, arm or things like that.
But it does leave a scratch.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, in that case, time to use a wolf's claws to write something.
I'm an idiot.
So I relay that there's a horrid, decaying, rotting stench down the path after kind of like nudging one of them and just scratching on the wall,
Literally an area to get up.
saying that
What is
that's
it, boy?
what.
Did Jimmy fall in the well?
Yeah.
I mean, you are dogs, just point and whine.
Well, I can give a better description. I was like, point and why? We know there's something there, boy. What is it?
The point, whine, you kind of cover your nose like dogs do when there's a horrid smell.
Right. I guess I could do that as well.
I'm guessing something's coming.
Hey.
And just, again, scrounge up the nose to say it smells really bad.
Something that stinks.
That stinks.
Combined with the rotting word on the wall.
Forest area in the Wizard of Oz level.
Well, I assume we should just go the opposite way.
Or
It's the thing that's following us, so...
Right.
or as another potential option, so that we don't have to deal with that, at least not until we're more ready. We could willingly return to the spirit stream and mitigate the day's wait of recovering.
That is true.
That is true.
Jake is absolutely.
Oop, there goes my capture card crashing.
Nice.
Not that it matters, because I'm not recording anything through the capture card, so
Yeah.
Fair enough.
it's just if I was recording something on, say, the Switch or something, but thank you, capture card, for coming back. Anyway, but yeah, it doesn't affect the stream or anything like that at all, so.
Yeah. I mean,
forgot he can.
I say we just return to the spirit stream, get rested up, and then
Jake.
if we want to go back to the fleshy dwarven city, full of mouths, horrors, and eyeballs,
Jake. The Jake Mobile.
we can.
I mean, it's up to you guys. That would be a good spot to end, because it is almost 9.
True.
So,
Going for
And
almost
if
3
everyone
hours.
else goes back to the spirit stream, Anna would follow.
Anna would follow.
I mean,
As a
Arian
wolf, at
already-
least till she gets there.
I mean, Arian did kind of give the idea, so it's just like, yeah, I'm willing to do it if everyone else is.
Right. Alright. In that case, You all think on the spirit stream, and in standard Milshon fashion, you all fade away from existence and reappear standing in the massive spirit stream.
Follow us after this. Why don't you?
Okay, right.
Good luck following us now, jerk!
Okay, we died. That was easy.
I have a question.
Okay.
Does that mean we willfully thought suicide?
Exactly.
Okay.
The way that the way that the whole spirit stream thing, the Milshons work, in order to remain on the physical plane, on Versamy and things like that, you actually have to subconsciously think on your form, subconsciously think on being on that plane.
It's effectively a concentration spell.
Right. Effectively, what you're doing is you're just letting yourself stop thinking about being here. And as soon as you do that, your spirit just kind of returns to the spirit stream, because it's not native to the world. To be on the world, you have to kind of force yourself to be on the world. So.
Okay.
So.
I was about ready to say we were all a bunch of depressed people.
Basically, just kind of as soon as you stop forcing yourself to be in the world, you just return to the spirit stream. And even in the spirit stream, there's still a level of forcing yourself onto the spirit stream. If you read the story that I posted, Milshons that start to think about their previous lives or think about moving on, things like that, they very quickly start to fade out and start leaving even the spirit stream itself. So there is a certain level of kind of forcing yourself in, to stay in the spirit stream so that you can then stay in, stay bound to it. So.
Okay.
So the meme that was just shared is really accurate.
Yeah, basically. You just kind of are like, you know what? I'm good. And then you just kind of fade and disappear and return to the spirit stream. So, and as you appear in the spirit stream, at first, the spirit stream is empty. But in her classic fashion, it only takes about a minute after you guys have appeared before you see Morgan just sort of materialize into the spirit stream. She kind of floats down gently, and her bare feet touch the ground. She holds out her arms, her eyes still closed, as she smiles and says, "Welcome back, everyone."
Always want to make an entrance, aren't you?
Of course.
At this point, Wolf would no longer be Wolf.
Yeah, at this point, once you've returned to the spirit stream, you would stop being in any other forms too. So, as soon as you appear in the spirit stream, you just kind of change back into whatever. And with that, I guess that's it for today's session. Next week, after you guys have had a long rest in the spirit stream, you can all return back to the cave and continue on doing whatever it is that you wish to do from there. So,
see, druids can switch out spells on long rest, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay.
The only ones that really can't are warlocks and sorcerers, I believe.
Bards can't either. That's level up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
bards
right.
can
Bards
only
too.
level up, which is something that another DM that I was with at one point fought with me over. He's like, you can't just change your spells. I'm like, I just leveled up. It's part of bards.
Yep.
That's literally what bards can do, is just change. When they level up, they can change one spell. They can change.
I'm gonna go.
But it's whatevs. Anyway,
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll my Monado rolls for this long rest.
well, I mean, you don't have to roll anything because it's a long rest.
It's fine.
You get all your
But-
HP and stuff back.
I think she's referring to her
Oh,
fortune.
right,
or-
yeah, right. Your portents. That's right. So, okay. Well, with that,
Got a good roll
with
and got a bad roll.
ouch. I mean, anything's a good roll when you consider that you can use it on an enemy.
Well, I mean, that is true, and that's how I've been using my bad rolls, but, like, really the only rolls that I find that would be particularly bad with Portent would be the midway rolls.
Yeah.
That's true.
Then again, those are also good to say, oh, you the enemy crit? No. They may still hit, but
Yeah,
not as bad.
Alright,
that
fair
is
enough.
true. You can negate a crit doing that too. So
I mean, I guess when I'm literally controlling what number your dice is, I shouldn't be complaining anyway.
yeah,
Right?
True.
That is kind of the thing. There really is no such thing as a bad roll with Portent, because no matter what, you can always use it. So you can control literally anybody's roll. Somebody rolls a 2 and suddenly it's a 15. So that they hit. But at the same time, somebody lands a freaking crit that's like, nope, it's may only be a 15, it may still count as a hit, but hey, that's considerably less damage.
It's legal cheating.
Legal cheating, it really is.
And while we are taking this long rest, I think Arian is going to go ahead and copy over the Calm Emotions scroll into her spellbook.
Oh
Right.
my God, they had.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, with that, I hope that anybody who watched the stream enjoyed. Those on YouTube, feel free to come out. These are recorded Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Broadcasted live at twitch.tv/Serene Inc. or that can be found here on YouTube as VODs. So that you can get caught up on any of the previous podcasts before the next stream. And we will see everybody next time.
Boy.
I guess.
Okay, so I just looked at Calm Emotions